Anybody home? How's everybody doing today? I'm going to just ease in here slow and steady because I know it takes a minute for the notifications to go out and for people to get situated here. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes, and hopefully people will hop on. Oh, there's two people. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? It's Tuesday, September 29th. Can you believe it? I mean, September's just all but gone. It's a very intense week for a lot of us, a lot of people. There's a lot of intensity in the air. Worldwide, we had some, just really difficult news. Not that it was a shocker, but that we've reached over 1 million cases of COVID-19 worldwide. We have a presidential debate tonight, and astrologically, we have a lot of cycles that are literally right at that precipice of transformation. Old cycles, old karma, ending, closures, finishing. And now as we stand getting ready to move into this next very important phase of our destiny. That's what the energetics are. If you didn't already know that, if you weren't already feeling that. So thank you all for joining me today. For those of you who are not members of my current wellness initiative, I want to welcome you to this live video. I do live videos inside of the wellness groups that I lead, and we have a new one that's coming up. It's starting this Friday, and Thursday. It starts Thursday. Autumn Enchantment. And so this video is literally a taste of what I'll be doing inside of Autumn Enchantment. It is a intimate picture of how I do my mornings, and I want to share it with you, even though it's a little makes me feel a little bit vulnerable to do so. I feel it's what I'm being called to do. I feel like it's my next step in my personal destiny. And when I literally prayed, what can I do to bring more value to the community at large, the people that are following my posts on social media, people that have connected with me through the years in my wellness initiatives? What service, what gift can I offer to the world that would be of the highest and best for myself and for you all? And that's what this is. So this is what I do every morning, my personal start. I do a time of meditation, journaling, prayer, and I utilize the tools of some cards that I have right in front of me because I feel that it's the way that the Spirit has often, many, many times in years past, spoken to me, and I have resonated with it. And so if you're here today, if you're connected and on this live video, you're not here by chance. You've been prompted to be here. So I'm believing, and I've been praying all morning, that there will be a message in this that specifically will be helpful for you, that will resonate with you, that will give you some clarity on your path, whether that's for the day today or moving forward. So I'm just going to jump right in. And again, thank you so much for being here. We will start. I will draw 3 cards from this deck I'm working with a lot right now, Sacred Destiny. And I talked about this in my wellness group on Sunday. I did a little trial run of this with my wellness group, and I was able to meet Denise Lynn. She is the author of this card deck. She's a Native American. She's a Hay House author, and I went to a conference, a Hay House conference, back in 2015 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I got to study under her and a number of other Hay House authors. So what I do is I take the deck of cards and I shuffle it. I've already shuffled it, but I'm going to shuffle it again. How's everybody doing out there today? It's okay for you to comment or give a heart or anything that you want to do. You don't have to do anything either. If you want to just be in a meditative, relaxed state and just enjoy this and see what resonates with you, that's fine too. So whatever feels best for you is what I want you to do. Okay, so here's the deck of cards. I draw a card from the bottom of the deck. That's the first card, and this is leadership. It's a polar bear. I've drawn that card before. Bottom of the deck is things that are unknown, things that have been going on under the surface. I draw from the middle of the deck. I pulled it apart, and oh, perfect. Oh, this is great because, can you see this? This is the love card. The middle of the deck is what is pertinent and important for us to know right now. So the love card. And then I go from the top of the deck and I pull a card about where we're headed. I just pulled it. Can you see it? Can you read it? Miracles. And we're going to talk about these cards. And I want you to tune in to your feelings right now. This isn't about what your head is telling you. This is about what your heart is telling you. This is you tapping into your intuition. It's not about me telling you something. It's about you receiving this message and what maybe is true for you. So you saw that I just drew the love card, and I intentionally, before I even, knew what I was going to draw, I brought this in because I wanted to let you know that I'm drinking a tonic, a tea tonic, and I put it in my love mug. And the tea that I'm drinking, I brought it in because I wanted to show you. Love. A heartwarming touch of organic rose, chamomile, and lavender. So I think that's the message already that's coming through. This is about love. This is about my intention, my gift to you, what I am praying for daily. Let the love flow in and through me so that I might pay it forward. So the other thing that's in my tea, just FYI side note, a teaspoon of, how do we pronounce this? Matake? I bet there's a lot of different ways to pronounce it, but this is a mushroom powder, and I have several different varieties, but this one supports weight management, blood sugar support. Mushrooms are magical, and those of you who've been in my wellness program are learning these things if you didn't already know it. So let's go right into the cards. So what's from the bottom of the deck? What's been going on underneath the surface? Maybe something that you haven't really known. And that card is leadership. So let's look at it. Let's read about it. You want to? Are we all still here? It looks like there's 4 of us. So I love you 4 people for being here. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for your time. So again, leadership. In Western culture, we wish upon a star because the star represents all that is illuminating and enchanting. I'm not kidding. I'm not making that up. That word has just appeared, and that's the name of Autumn's new wellness program, Autumn Enchantment. I'll read that again. In Western culture, we wish upon a star because the star represents all that is illuminating and enchanting. They symbolize aspiration, illumination, inspiration, imagination, and wonder. Native people used the stars to find their way in the night. The North Star was often used as a kind of compass to make sure one was going in the right direction. The North Star symbolizes direction and guidance. It's a guiding light for those who can't find their way. It's one of the brightest stars in its constellation. What this card wants you to know today. Just as the North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark of night, you are a beacon for others. It's time to step into the light and take your leadership role. You are a teacher, a steward, a guardian, and a healer, a true leader. Own these gifts. Come into the light. Don't hold back. Let the world see your light. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. If you've been hiding in the background, it's time to break out and become the light for others. Through this, your star shines more brightly. So that's what's going under the surface for you. Does that resonate with any of you all? I'm just pausing because I want you to think about and tune in to how that reading of that makes you feel. What are your feelings around that? That's where your intuition lives, is in your feelings, in your heart. Okay, moving on to the next card, where we are right now. And this is such a beautiful card. The colors of autumn, beautiful blue sky. That's how the sky looked here in Tulsa yesterday. Just glorious. Love. Let's read about love and see what it has to say. You know, before I go into it, let's all have a sip of whatever we're drinking. In the last 2 wellness initiatives, I have just been so enjoying working with some of these herbs and ingredients. And I've really changed my spending habits so that I can buy some of the things that I want to use in the food, because I view food as medicine. And as we build our immune system, as we build our chi, our inner core health, wellness, it's really the best investment that we can give ourselves, right? So one of the things that I've loved is these dried rose petals, right? These little dried, there's something about them. And those of you who know, roses, specifically wild, growing out in nature, wild roses, the highest vibrational herb or plant in the plant kingdom. It has the highest frequency. If you have studied essential oils at all, you know that rose oil, essential rose oil, is the most coveted, the most expensive of all. So love is represented by the wild rose. Roses are a universal symbol of love. The rose was associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. It was also thought to represent truth. In Roman times, a rose was hung in meeting places with the understanding that only truth could be spoken under the rose. In many Native American tribes, wild roses are a powerful symbol of life. Some tribes believed that wild roses were protection, so they kept them in their homes. The wild rose, as opposed to the domesticated rose, represents a love that is wild and free and without bounds. It blossoms all summer and is beloved by bees and butterflies. What this card wants you to know: love is all around you. Love is coming into your life now. You are already more cherished than you possibly know. Indeed, you are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you when you stand in the center of it all. All is well, no matter what is happening all around you. You know that you are loved and that you are lovable. You know that there is nothing that you need to do to deserve love. You are enough, just as you are. The Creator is love. And in the depth of your soul, you are love. In matters of the heart and romance, all is healing, or it is already healed. In terms of self-love, your confidence, your self-esteem are growing as you take time to cherish and care for yourself. Does that resonate with anyone? Is anybody aware of the role that this all plays in your life. The awareness around the driving force of love, whether that's from without or from within. But I will tell you, my belief is that it is the most important. The relationship we have with ourselves, the quality of that relationship is the most important. Because if we don't have a good love relationship with ourselves, it's impossible to have a healthy, functional relationship with others in our life. So that's part of what our wellness journey and these wellness initiatives is. It's about cultivating a deeper connection to ourself and the love that we have for ourself. Okay, so the next one, are y'all ready? You all feel free to give us a thumbs up or a let me know we're still breathing out there. I see 8 people. 8 people watching. This is one of the ways I care for myself. As I was saying earlier, I buy things that represent my heart. This mug was made by a local crusty old artisan, Joe. Joe has Fat City Clay, and this was a mug I got from him at the farmer's market. You know, some of the crustiest people have some of the softest centers. Okay, the next card, which is where we're headed. What's coming next? Miracles. I love it. The word underneath miracles in this book, so I'm going to read from the book, it says double rainbow. And so now, you know, this is what I do. I have to do a side story. When I was a little girl, little bitty, my mother's father, Tommy Ray Esmond, he worked on the Frisco Railroad. He worked in the back, the caboose. That was his job all those years. He was a chain smoker, he was a chain drinker, and he was a womanizer, apparently. This is what my dad has told me. That's what my dad told me about him. He was from a family, his mother lived to be way over 90 years old, lived in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, and there were all these Native American cousins on that side of the family. Some I guess I met. I don't have any real memory of it, except that my dad said they were all a bunch of witches. They all were intuitive. So right before my grandfather died, at a young age, he was in his 60s, he died of lung cancer, not a shocker, because he'd been smoking all those years and then breathing all of that coal smoke off of that train. I guess this would have been an aunt or like a second cousin or something on my mother's side. She had dreams, she had visions, she had a dream that, like right around the time that he was dying, she had this dream. And so at the funeral, which I don't have any memory of, I was 4 years old, when she saw me, she started apparently freaking out at the funeral because I was in the dream and she had never met me. And so in the dream, before my grandfather died, this woman had this dream of a hearse going down the road, and there was a little red-haired girl walking behind the hearse throwing roses on the pavement. I just got big old goosebumps on that. So after grandfather died, my mother was distraught. She was I remember her being very, very hysterical, sobbing and crying. I do remember that. The day after he died, the morning after, she woke up and she walked outside and there was a double rainbow. And I remember that left an impression on me because I remember her saying that she knew that a double rainbow is God's promise to us that everything was going to be okay. And so she took it as a personal sign for her that she was going to be okay even though her father had died. So let's read. What is Denise Lynn telling us about this card? After the storm, remember this is where we're going, this is where we're heading. After the storm, the rainbow appears. No matter where we are, the instant a rainbow splashes across the sky, we usually stop and stand in awe. Some say that rainbows are messages from the Creator. Others say that they are part of the electromagnetic spectrum phenomenon. But no matter the explanation for their existence, rainbows have struck awe in the hearts and souls of many throughout time. Many traditions believe that rainbows are blessings from the Creator. A double rainbow is double the blessing. What this card wants you to know today. The storms of the past are passing, and your dreams are becoming a reality. No matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abundant miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. Start a health program. Invest in your career, or initiate a relationship, and good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best, because you do. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing your way. It's pretty fantastic. I hope that that spoke to you today. It certainly did to me. I normally always do this for myself in the mornings to set the tone of my day. And then what I do at that point, after I've pulled however many cards I feel led to pull, along with other things that I do, other readings of other sacred texts, I will write down the highlights in my journal. Messages that I feel like were directly coming to me today, or whatever the day is. And so I want you to know that if you decide to join us for Autumn Enchantment, it's just $33.33. And that's basically the same price that I've been charging for wellness initiatives for over a decade. And I took the price back to that because I want anyone who feels like they want to join this to be able to do so. If you're in a position where you do not have $33.33, I want you to send me an email if you would like to be part of Autumn Enchantment, a seasonal exploration of herbs, intuition, and wellness. You can send me an email at pennywithanishelton@gmail.com, and you can apply for a scholarship. All you have to do is just let me know your financial situation. I don't need any details. If you're able to pay a little bit towards it, I'll work with you. If you need a full scholarship, I will work with you. I don't want to turn anyone away for financial reasons. So there's no reason not to join us. And if you go to pennyshelton.com, on the top toolbar, there is a link that you can click on to go ahead and join immediately. If you're an Inner Circle member, you get to pay what you wish. And that link already exists over at the Inner Circle Base Camp. So I would like for you to join us for all that is to come. An exploration of herbs. Herbs grow on the earth. They've been given to us, right, as medicine and as nourishment. So we'll be looking at how to integrate more of that into our lives through our diet, but also topically and other ways that we can bring the magic of herbs, the enchantment of herbs into our life. And then tapping into your own personal wellness or into your own personal intuition. Everybody has intuition. You have just as much intuition as I do. It's just learning to make it more of a priority because you need it to navigate your life. And some of you are already using your intuition on a daily basis. A lot of you are already, but it's more of a fine-tuning, more of an allowance, allowing that intuition to really blossom, giving it the right conditions, just like you'd have a flower maybe that's planted in the shade and it's not getting enough water. If you replant it in a better atmosphere, maybe it's a flower that needs full sun and needs a lot of water. If you start giving it what it needs, it's going to flourish. So let's give you, body, mind, and spirit, what you need to flourish. That's what these wellness initiatives are all about. And of course it's about the food. That's a big part of it, but it's not the only facet to it. So again, invite you to join. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing these Intuitive Tuesdays on my YouTube channel every Tuesday. And right where I've done the 3 cards is where I'll stop. But there will be an option for people if they would like to go on to the extended, where I explore a little bit deeper into these 3 cards. They will be able to purchase that extended reading. And that's a way that I can help myself make this sustainable, because my heart's desire is for me to be doing this full time. That's what I want to do. And that's what I've felt for 5 or 6 years that I was supposed to be doing. But you know how we just sometimes are afraid to take that step. And 2020 has been a year for me that's been about me standing up and getting into the face of the fears and looking my fears square in the eye and telling them that I'm taking authority over them and that they can't control my destiny. I control my destiny. Love controls my destiny. And love controls your destiny too. So if you would like to join with me and all these other amazing people, I'm serious when I tell you that we have the best group of people, earth angels in our midst, and 6 of you are watching right now. And I thank you for the impact that you've had on your life. Now, I'm going to go ahead and continue this reading because this is part of what I'm doing today. I want to give you just a little more of a sample. If you need to hop off now, you can. If you'd like to stay with me for the next 2 cards I'm going to pull, then that would be awesome. So where we've been just now is under the surface, leadership is bubbling up for you. Where we are right now, it's all about love. Where we're headed, we're going towards miracles. Now, I'm going to draw from this other deck. The Keepers of Light is this deck of cards that I adore. It's a fairly new deck. Kyle Gray is from Scotland. And if it's not Scottish, it's crap. Saturday Night Live reference. And I got to meet him at the same conference that we talked about. And he is a young man, and he is here as an empathic light worker. He is a, literally born onto this planet to do spiritual work. And he is shining so brightly, and he's darling. I'm shuffling these cards, by the way. And I always just ask that my spiritual board of directors, so for me, that's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's also other wise, benevolent, angelic, from the angelic realm. And I also see there are ancestors who've passed. And that can be, I always feel like my dad is there. I feel probably like a grandmother or an aunt is always there. My Aunt Eva is always there. And there's other guides and support in the spirit realm. But I mainly feel my angels, my relatives, and then, of course, the big heavy hitters. And it doesn't matter what your religious orientation. Some people that follow me don't really have a religion, but maybe their religion is love. I think we all feel the same way. We might just see it from a different point of view. I think that's a Bob Dylan lyric. Okay, Bob. Okay, you all, here's what, so the question when I drew from this deck is, what more do we need to know about those 3 cards? And here's this card that I drew. There we go. Green Terra. Do you know Green Terra? It says supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond your limitations. Trust. That's pretty great. Okay, let's see what it says. Legend has it that I'll never be able to pronounce that word. I guess her real name, Green Terra's real name is Avalokitesvara. Crazy long name. That she is the personification of perfect compassion. And she was looking down on earth one day and cried tears. Oh, it's a he. And cried tears when he witnessed all the suffering in the world. And when the tears hit the earth, a lotus formed. from which Tara, okay, so it wasn't Tara to begin with. So this long-named person was the personification of compassion. He looked down on the earth, cried tears when he witnessed the suffering. When the tears hit the earth, a lotus formed from which Tara, the goddess of compassion and light, was born. She has many forms based on different colors, and we have chosen green in this deck because she brings the light of protection and safety with her. Always compassionate and loving, she helps us move into a new state of being and of doing. The extended message from Green Tara is, you are safe. Protection is all around you. The worst is behind you, and you are ready to move forward beyond the challenges that were set out for you. Cords are being cut between you and your past so that you can feel energetically clear and aware. Don't worry about recalling fearful experiences. They aren't going to be recreated now. Just acknowledge them and leave them behind you so that you can step into a space of spiritual and personal freedom. Green Tara has placed a force field of complete love and acceptance around you. She is here to tell you that you no longer need to build up walls around your heart, and that it is safe to trust what you feel and who is in your life today. Just pausing a moment to let that soak in. That's beautiful. No words needed. The last card I'll choose today is from the Gaia deck. And I mentioned this when I did this Intuitive Tuesday on Sunday for my September Slim Down group. Tony Carmine Salerno is the author. I don't know if you can see him there. There he is. Look at that white dove. He is the author of the very first deck of cards I bought probably 7 years ago. I remember buying them at some point after my father's death. And this November the 22nd, will be 8 years since Dad's been gone. And I remember buying the deck some point after that. I think within that year, so probably 7 years ago. This is another deck by him. And I love his words and photographs. He's an artist as well. So let's shuffle this deck. Now, let's say this is going to be messages from your highest self. What your higher self wants you to know today. What does your higher self want you to know as we finish this reading today? What message is it trying to bring forth to you today? Here's what just came up. Amethyst. Transformation, certainty, confidence. So she is standing in the sun, exposed, fully exposed to the sun, vulnerable, naked. Star of David. I think is that the Star of David? And then in the water, to me, it's either the reflection of the sun or it's representing also the moon. So to me, this is the cycles of life, the sacred cycles of life that are talked about in the Farmer's Almanac. You know, just a quick tangent. One of the things that I want to really go into in Autumn Enchantment in our upcoming wellness initiative is about really recognizing how so many of us have become disconnected from the cycles, the natural nature cycles that were given to us by the Creator. The Native Americans are so good about living by the moon, living by the sun, living by the seasons, eating by the seasons. And many of us have an awareness around it, but because we're also plugged into the matrix, right? We're plugged into the 3D world where we have to go to work, we have to, do all the things that we do to be a human, that we've become disconnected from our roots, from who we truly are. I want us to reconnect to that. So let's read about Amethyst. It's number 41 card in the deck. Let's see, where are we here? Number 41, Amethyst. This may be also a good idea might be today, if you own an amethyst, you might want to put it in your pocket, or like I do, stick it in my bra. An amethyst, I know it represents our crown chakra. It can help us open up our third eye so that we can see things in the spirit realm and not just see things with our earthly eyes. A profound transformation is taking place in your life. After much soul searching, you are now back in control. A new you is emerging, poised with a renewed sense of confidence. You can move forward now with certainty. The past is now behind you. I think there's a theme here. Are you picking that up? Are you picking up what these cards are laying down? The past is now behind you. The hard work has been done. All you have to do is decide what it is that you truly want. All now is possible. All is now possible. Listen to your heart. That's me talking about tuning into your intuition, tuning into your heart space, not in your thinking head, which is conditioned by everything that we've lived in this flesh suit, every programming, everything from parents, television, everybody has told us. Let that not be what is clouding your intuitive knowing. Okay, that's where the heart is. Listen to your heart and don't settle for second best. Set your course and then go for it. Be certain, be confident, and all is yours for the taking. Blessed be. And here is the affirmation for today. I give thanks for this transformation and all of the healing that has taken place. I move through life with gratitude. I move through life with certainty. I move through life with confidence. I achieve my goals. What I focus on is what I create. Is anybody still there? Take these words into your heart as if they were medicine. I'm here today to tell you that you were born for something great. Many of you are already doing great things in your daily lives already. Many of you are already making a difference in the lives of everyone that you touch. But I'm here to tell you right now, today, September 29th, 2020, you're here for a life of service. And if it depletes you, what it is that you're doing in the way of service, then it's time to shift the energy. The service that you're here to do for the world will bring you energy. It will bring you joy. It will delight you. So I'd like to ask for you today to be thinking about what in your life is draining your energy force, and to recognize that it might be time to leave that and to step into a different frequency where you can serve, and it's a delightful feeling of exhilaration, like you can't wait to get up out of the bed in the morning and to go do that thing that you feel called to do. That's where we're headed. That's what it feels like to live in the supernatural vibration of miracles. Fueled by love, recognizing the leadership that God has given to you, knowing that you're fully, completely protected by love and compassion. I pray today that the angels that are always traveling with you will make themselves known to you, and that you will know that you are protected. You are supernaturally protected. I come against any force, spirit of darkness that might be trying to encroach upon your mind, because that's really where the supernatural spiritual warfare happens. It's in our head more than anywhere else. So I ask that that be broken off of you today, and that you can move forward in your day free of any kind of bondage, unencumbered, so that you can live your best and highest, so that you can give to this planet what you actually signed up to do before you jumped into this flesh suit. You knew what you were doing when you came down here. You even chose your parents because you knew that these were lessons that you were going to need so that you could have more compassion and be of higher service to the world. It's go time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to step into our spiritual authority and move forward. I hope this has been a blessing for you today. I love you so much. And I thank you for joining me. And I look forward to hopefully you connecting and being part of Autumn Enchantment, a seasonal exploration of herbs, intuition, and wellness. You can go to pennyshelton.com, click on where it says Autumn Enchantment, and come and join us. I already have the Facebook private group open. I can welcome you. You have to be friends with me on Facebook, though, for me to be able to get you into the group. So if you're not already friends with me, click on my profile picture and friend request me so that I can make sure that I get you where you're going. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I will be back again with you soon. Have a beautiful day.